mean, it's no AD&D, but it certainly fucking feels like it all of a sudden.
And I hope we don't continue that feeling. No offense to AD&D, but it's not my most favorite thing.
No, I think it's crap. So don't worry. When last we left off, our intrepid, I would hesitate to say heroes or even employees, our intrepid employees.
Yeah, that's a good word for us.
Fucking beansed
No,
it.
no,
Just beans all
employees
over
are
their shirt.
competent.
Intrepid, I like that word.
Yeah.
We might not even be able to call ourselves employees if this goes
No, you
badly.
keep this up and you get fired.
I
I mean,
really
I've
don't
been
like
okay
that.
so far.
You are one of the half of the people that, you know, got involved in the failed break-in / murder.
I mean, that's not my fault that the goblin
You contributed.
was a goblin.
You
I didn't hurt
contributed
anyone.
pretty heavily to it.
I didn't hurt anyone. I
just picked
avoided
up a check.
full combat.
You broke someone's phone as
Except-
well, dick move.
Yeah. Except for yourself when you jumped out a window from the 6th story.
And it went better than the other person who jumped out with 6 stories.
Yeah, admittedly, it went better,
I can
but
put that.
still.
I can
Yeah.
put that on my resume.
Yeah,
I hope you
fucking
do well.
one
I
of
can jump
one of
out.
2 people. I have the fucking, you know, 1 in every 2 people survive this fall. Doctors hate this bitch. Find out how.
Oh my god.
So, while that debacle was ongoing, the others did a little bit of reconnaissance at a hotel bar where apparently a lot of the employees of this office work, and got some information. It put the people that they're looking into a little bit on edge, but otherwise it couldn't have gone. Well, it could have gone slightly better, but honestly, wasn't a massive fuck up. However, their night at the hotel bar was cut very short when all of the employees of that office got up to leave on receiving messages informing them that there had been reports of gunfire in their office. The result of that having been the meme goblin with a gun getting, you know, stabbing a woman with an SMG to death. Which totally is going to be painted in a super positive light, I'm sure. It was a mess. Hero came around and told you that you are not allowed to leave the safe house for 3 days. Well, they're just making sure that this fallback doesn't come back to hit the castle. And in those 3 days, Vladka absolutely has to turn up some information on the hard drive that she acquired. Otherwise, all of that was effectively for nothing and has probably put them in the shit. And so we pick up at that point. It is the following morning. Vladka, you've got a lot of work to do. So, I believe, let's have a look at these notes. Jim Wellworth, his hard disk is who you've got. Would you like to give me a roll?
Yeah.
Wait,
Like,
Jim,
and,
didn't you take the Alex one from his office?
Yeah.
Is it Jim or is it Alex? I don't know.
It was,
Oh
I
yes,
think it was
the boss
boss.
Alex of the
I think-
office. Yes, you've got
Yeah.
Alex's one. Sorry.
Yeah, I can do that. Cool. Can I also sorry, is anyone giving me advantage? Does anyone else here have
Anyone know how to
You know-
work a computer?
anyone
Not,
got computer skills?
Not to the thing that you want, since you're actually like like breaking into like security stuff with it. If it's just computers, we'd probably be able to advantage, but unless we actually know stuff about breaking in security wise to stuff like that, then we probably can't help you.
You can do electronic security with a security check. That's not quite the same unless this hard disk was, you know, like locked or something. But it isn't. It's
Yeah. So you could always assist me that way.
right. So,
Wait, so like if we just have regular security, or just needs to be what?
like you with sadly this hard disk is not like security locked. There's some hacking that's going to need to be done, but like your security specialty is for like actual electronic. Right.
Right.
What are you?
I don't know how I did that. Sorry, I've got no idea how I think things. I was trying to update the one I've
Yeah,
got
I'll,
on my
I'll
character
fix
sheet.
it. I'll fix it. That's fine. You just do your rolling thing.
All right, cool. So I'm clicking computer, I believe. And I rolled a 9 and a 13. That's just what I wanted to see. Big numbers.
Ow.
Yeah, let me see if I can mute my phone.
Not fun sound. Okay. Let's see here.
I really need whatever you're rolling to be good.
Sure. Sure, it's going to be excellent, I'm sure.
I meant it from the bunny.
Why would I be rolling anything? I don't have anything to do with this.
Your
Okay.
electronic security? Wait.
There is no
No,
electronic
I rolled-
security.
There's no reason to.
Oh, wait. So wait, what am I rolling for then? Just to
You were
use it?
rolling to do to go through this data.
Yeah.
You have a hard disk. You hook it up to the laptop, and you start going on a fucking rummage and looking around.
All right, cool.
Like, there's some stuff that you're looking for files that have been deleted but haven't been hard scrubbed off the hard disk, which is actually quite a lot of data in reality. A lot of footprints are generally left on every machine at all the time, and you should all be afraid 100% of the time. And you look through. And you learn two things. You learn the following facts. Alex did not like the Delfino family. And you have also learned the location that a drop-off occurred at. There's no date attached to it. Like, that doesn't exist. There is just a note. It's just referred to as drop-off point, although the file itself is only about a month and a half old. Some time within a month and a half, this place has been used.
That first fact is real interesting, considering this guy's like one of the underbosses of the Delfino family. Huh.
You've got the same information to work with, but otherwise it's a stir-crazy couple of days. And on the third day,
Yes.
there is a knocking at the door. I grab a riddle token. Out. Go that. Boop. Boop. And after some knocking, the door is opened and in walks Ira. She looks tired and she looks annoyed. And stepping in behind her is... Who is this person, Maz?
This is Finra Sartre.
Right, Finra Sartre. Tried to
But
say
you
more
can just
after
call
that,
him
it's kind of
Finn.
cutting out.
Yeah, mobile push-to-talk button is a piece of shit, and it's hard to keep pressed down because there's no tactile response.
Fair enough.
So, to mundane eyes, Finn just looks like a handsome and well-aged black man with smooth skin and white hair, but to be awakened, he's quite clearly a drow. His skin is black as charcoal and his hair white as snow. His eyes glitter like emeralds, and when he greets everyone with a smile, his canines are gilded. He's
In
very
ivory or
tall
gold?
and slender. Gold.
Cool. And what are your
Quite sick.
specialties, Finn? What do you bring to the table?
Well, as a dark elf, I have some aptitudes in the arcane, and I can cover quite a variety of things. I can talk to some people, I can break into places, I can pretend to be someone else. In fact, you might say I'm a bit of a jack of all trades.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent. So, you have been training for less time than these guys. You've had some experience, however, working under your own initiatives. Were you independent before the castle picked you up? Or are you actually new to working as a Shadowkind?
I cut my teeth with
Gold, I noticed.
with Le Melou, the French mob.
Excellent.
And then, probably after a castle mission to investigate them, essentially defected.
Okay. Alright then. Well, after your defection, there's been some moving around. You've been sort of like bumped between locations until would have been about 2 days ago. You got a call from Agent Era here, requesting your, essentially agreement that you would, willing to be dropped into an active cell. Recently, some shit went down, and she'll give you vague briefs on this matter. She doesn't explain like the actual in depth of it. She's probably going to leave the party to do that for you. But effectively, the TLDR is that they've rather cocked up, and they could use an additional covert hand. She apologizes, but the room that you're probably going to have used to be owned by a goblin, so it might smell a lot like burning. At least for a while. But, that happens.
I can't just take the end room.
Well, you could, but, that other room has got to be made nice again, so if she moves you into it, it forces you to clean it instead of her.
Well, at least I can magic the smell away.
There you go. And so, rest of the party is day 3 of your forced convalescence. Anir has arrived. With her in her company is a rather handsome drow individual, dressed all fancy. Do you bring instruments with you when you come here?
Currently just a flute.
Sweet.
I think Vlatka would still be in the computer room.
Okie dokie. Looking at porn. I see how it is.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly what I'm doing, yeah.
Cool.
Looking at porn. Ha ha ha. Not like I
It
got a
says
mobile phone.
hiding it all.
Not like I got a mobile phone in my own bedroom.
That's true.
So, this is our replacement then?
That's correct. I don't like the word replacement, though. It makes everyone sound way more expendable than you should be. But I guess, yeah, he is a replacement. Finn? Meet the rest of the gang. I'm sure they can handle all of this. I'm going to go and check with Vatka. Where is she? Computer room?
Yeah, still in the same place as always, the computer room.
Excellent. I'm going to go see if she's actually got anything useful, and then, all luck.
We can all hope. Who knows, maybe she's looking at porn.
Maybe. Vlatka?
Dude, sweet Jesus Christ. No, I'm not looking at fucking porn, you degenerates.
There is a knock at the door, and Ira walks in. Vlatka, what have you learned?
She'll pull her headphones aside and she'll lay out what she's learned, which is that for whatever reason, the boss of our office, Alex, really didn't like the Delphino family. Not that that's a particular thing of interest for us by itself. However, there is a a mention of a drop-off point for a delivery. There's no date attached, just a location.
Okay.
It sticks out because most of the drop-off points for things they do are a bit more, I'd assume, tell me if I'm wrong as DM, are more well documented.
Depends on the product. I mean, if anything, it's probably stranger that it's documented at all. Like no one's gonna be keeping tax information on like moving drugs and guns, you know?
Yeah. So it's the fact that it's mentioned, but only in that particular detail.
Yep. It definitely stands out as something odd. And she'll ponder it. But can you give me an investigation check? This can be with advantage. I'm sure at some point during these days you could have asked someone to help you look into this information.
Right, cool. Let me just click my investigation button.
Okay.
17.
Sorry, it's gonna be a lot of yawning. Very sleepy. You have looked into this location, and you know you have the address of this drop off after all, so you've been able to try and find out where the fuck it is and what the fuck is up.
Obviously, I haven't went to the drop-off point because we're under house arrest.
Correct. Let's see. Bring up Phoenix, Arizona map and take a quick peek. And it's an ugly map. Okay. It looks like the trade was made somewhere in Paradise Valley on Lincoln Street.
So yeah, I can relay that information. That doesn't spring any bells to me whether that's particularly strange or not, though.
I'll let you know when I find out if there's anything about it that Google turns up very quickly. Okay, it is 100% rich person land.
Alright, well, it is 100% rich person land.
Like, you literally Google that, you get fucking just beautiful, beautiful homes. Throw that up there so the street could see them.
Homes that go on their reach.
Like, these are places with a fucking view, that's for sure. As you might expect, a fucking strange place for a drop-off to occur. Lots of rich people houses, they've probably got their own like private cameras and security. Very much closed community despite the fact that it covers a lot of space.
Mm.
Not the usual kind of place for a drop-off, which would usually be like, you know, a warehouse or a street where you can lug some shit out of a van or into a van. Here will recommend looking the fuck into that before, you know, heading out. Make sure that you guys are all properly acquainted on the way out. Oh, Vladka, you have a new person to take Emersham's place. Name's Finn. Play nice.
Hopefully this one won't jump out of the window.
Yep, if he does, maybe he'll survive. And it looks like Finn's being fucking smooth as shit.
Either way, please do come in. Whatever manners. Come and sit down. Would you like something to drink? We have generic beer in the fridge if you'd like some of that.
Good old generic brand beer.
Oh, yes, thank you. That sounds quite delicious.
And then I guess I will hop on over this way, bounce, 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 grab one out, and bring it back over to him for when he eventually decides to sit over somewhere.
I'm glad you like them, Mr.
Adam.
Mr. Adam.
Mhm.
I've got plenty more, but we don't want to spoil the show.
So then, how do you go about making it to a destination or doing anything? You've been told to go out and do your jobs in the morning.
Well, she'll share the information with the rest of the cell about what she discussed with Vera and what she's found out about, obviously, Alex disliking his organization and the drop-off point and how Era thinks it's worth looking into and where it is, and why that brings up further suspicion. We don't have any vehicles, so I suppose public transport will walk.
Uber is the thing, I guess.
It's a long way to walk if you want to do that. Could probably call an Uber.
You've got awful British.
Maybe we can
wait.
get Lewis, because apparently he goes to that bar very often, and he's pretty. If he doesn't think someone's onto him by now, he's a moron. Maybe we can play into that.
The less interaction we have with him is probably for the better.
Didn't you say that they thought you're an employee, Adam?
Not of the company, just in the office block.
Yeah, I'm in the office. Yeah.
Well, I don't think that. I mean, what day of the week is that? Are we looking weekend or weekday?
Call it Friday.
Okay, it's Friday. It's the morning. Even if you go to the bar, even if you were to play on the fact you're in the same working office block, it's unlikely he's going to be there right now. If it was the evening, I'd say by all means, perhaps you should go there and see if you can pick up anything more by yourself. And the rest of us should go there, because I understand some of you might have been a bit.
Let's not split the group this time. I went not well.
I was saying but in this situation, no, there's no reason for us to. I think we should just head over to the area and have a look around. I'm not sure what we're going to find there, since this was a while ago.
Yeah, you never know. Shadows like to leave traces.
Do we still
Well,
have the
not really, but you get the point.
detector from Ira?
Yes, you still have the detector.
Yeah, so we can try and use that around the area, but we can't exactly walk around asking rich folk, do you see any black market deals around here?
Hi there.
Might
I like to do crimes.
Yeah, that's a real good way to
please.
get thrown out of the cell real quickly.
Yeah, so let's keep it simple.
Keep it safe.
Yes, good old kiss method.
Fucking houses. Ridiculous.
Before
You getting house envy now?
if any of you are especially concerned about people seeing your faces, I do have a little something for that.
Eyebrow raises.
Then I'll open my jacket and pull out a what looks very much like a little makeup bag.
You're all going as Anons? Okay.
For paper.
Does anyone want to be disguised up?
Well, go ahead, I suppose. Let's see you work your magic then.
Sure. You want to give me
Like-
a disguise kit check?
I'm not sure you could do a whole lot with without magic. With her piercings. You can't pull out dermals, they're not that simple.
This is true.
I mean, you could,
okay,
and it would be very simple, but it wouldn't be very fun. Yeah.
It would be very fun, and then
Look at that,
would have
easy.
to Vika would then have to take a lot of effort to get them back in if she wanted to keep them. So Vika's happy, looking like Vika.
Alright, so I'm gonna spend bardic inspiration on this for Ariel. Well, I'll spend bardic inspiration. I might not need to use it.
Can
Yep.
you use bardic inspiration on yourself though?
You cannot use bardic inspiration on yourself.
Doesn't matter when he's rolled 21.
Can you not?
You cannot
No,
inspire
you
yourself.
cannot.
In fact, it's one of the only fallbacks. The only fallback a bard has is that you cannot psych yourself up.
Damn.
Yes. But
Oh
still,
well.
21's very good.
Yeah, yeah. Do up Ariel, get him.
Anyone else?
I'll take one.
Not bad.
I
Not
want to
bad.
hear. I want to hear the in character. If Finn thinks he could actually do anything for Vika.
We don't want to get rid of those, of course, but a little bit nail polish on them will look different. You could do some henna and wash that off when you get back. Contouring too. Won't be that great, but you'll definitely look like someone else.
She'll frown and wave you off.
Got these fun glasses. They happen to have a large plastic nose on them and mustache.
Now that's more Vika's speed.
I can actually envision it. Like everyone else has been done up perfectly. Got like movie grade makeupping on, and then there's Vlatka wearing a fucking, I forget his goddamn name.
Marcho Grox?
Yeah, that's it.
I was like,
Macho Graux.
The difference is there's like a
Groucho
little
Marx.
there's like a little
Groucho Marx.
on each
Yeah.
side of the glasses, the communism stamp. Which is like back in Russia we have like
Of course. Oh yeah. Groucho Marxism. Slightly different, but okay. All right. Yeah, you can do that. Anyone else getting disguised? I can make some checks to see how recognizable you all are.
I could change my general attire to look more posh casual.
Sure, give me a stealth check, I guess.
I could be the gentleman rogue. So like stealth.
Yep.
I can't find on my sheet. I'm actually fucking blind.
It's alphabetical.
I've clicked it and it's just not rolling. I'll click it again.
Give it a minute.
Well, it's either a 2 or a 19.
You mean
Oh,
a
cool, I got the 19.
21.
So can I look like the dapper person with the waistcoat and the
Yeah, of course. You can do your hair up a little bit differently. Let it down from its
Yeah.
bun, braid it into a little business ponytail. Go for a low hang. Totally different appearance.
yeah, I've got rolled up to my I guess my elbows then a shirt or whatever, right? And I've got a waistcoat and some smart trousers.
Dope.
Now, I don't want to discourage you, but it's
Hmm?
Arizona and it's really hot out. You might not want to have a waistcoat.
Yeah, it can be one of those thin waistcoats, so I wouldn't worry about it, mate. It's women can get really thin material on waistcoats, and
All right. I was just saying, Arizona, desert, hot.
Are you, I suppose, an important question for all of you when you're going out to the boulevard? Are you carrying? Are you tooled?
well, I got a satchel, and mine's compact, so I'd like to think I can hide it.
Sure, no problem.
Can I try and? How hard would it be to hide it in like I don't want to say in my trousers? That just sounds weird. How compact is compact? What are we talking about when it says compact?
Compact, what gun is it that you're using? Sorry.
Uh, Shotgun.
It means more like it's smaller, efficient, and easy to aim around. It's not a pistol. It's still a shotgun, but you've got like a folding stock, a lightened frame, like gripless probably. Like in general, it's become a lot more just fucking lightweight and chuckable, and you can conceal it on yourself. Not easily, but like if people looking at you at a distance won't notice it. But you're also dressed in a thin waist jacket and fancy clothes, so you might have more problem this time. That said, a 21 stealth is pretty good, so you can still hide it on your person, sure.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Yeah, I've got mine in like a purse along with a magic counter.
Okay. Pets, what about you? Are you getting disguised at all? Are you bringing the big guns?
Let's see. All I've got is my trench bar axe. I'm leaving the lance at home.
You're gonna leave the lance? Okay. It's probably for the best. Ow, what is happy noise?
How recognizable is the trench bar axe as a weapon?
I mean,
Pretty recognizable?
it's a crowbar and a trench shovel and an axe. It's convenient. It's I don't see you having a need for it when you're walking around at Rich Person Street.
Yeah, I don't think I need it, so I can leave that at home too.
You can carry a knife and a pistol and no one will care. That's true, but I have to, ask because they do things like own like big revolvers and shotguns. And also people have to have like silenced guns. Silencers sure do look illegal.
I mean,
do.
you say my silence looks illegal. It's just, I mean,
It's just a safety device.
yeah, it shoots
Yeah,
slugs
it's safe
as well.
for
rather than-
eardrum. Pat pat.
And that's why you carry it where people don't see it, zipped up in a
Yeah.
purse.
Okay, you're just walking with the pocket knife. Okay then. I'll take you over to here. Got ourselves a nice little bit of scenic. It's like one of the furthest streets along the edge. Do you all travel in the same vehicle?
I imagine we have to break it up since there's 5 of us.
Yeah, I could break it up.
Like 2 in one, 3 in the other.
Sure. Pick up a taxi and drop you off on the edge. And when you do so, it's the morning still, technically. The sun is continuing to rise up to its eventual it's the afternoon in a desert point. Right now it's not unbearable. You can hear that there are little birds and crickety things and places alive if quiet. It's too late in the morning for people who work for a living to still be here, and too early in the morning for all of the red wine mothers to still, be even awake yet. What do?
So, where along this street was the drop-off location? Do we have like somewhere close to it, or just the street?
You have the street.
Okay.
Is it a long street or a small street?
It's long, very long. And
Well, we can start.
behind this, like I feel like Street Court is a disservice to it. There's like big open fields and shit out behind it.
Well, we've got like if we're dropping off in 3 and 2, we could start at opposite ends. That way, we don't like a big crowd. The ones who can use magic to detect the magic can go from one end, and the other ones who can't can use the magic detect machine.
You mean all the people that have the one magic machine because none of us have detect magic?
Apart from the new guy.
The new guy doesn't
No.
have detect magic.
He
Imagine
can
being someone
attack,
who
he can
uses-
protect, but he cannot detect.
I mean, I can
cool.
detect mundane quite well.
It's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we could walk along the street as 5 people. I just think it might look a bit auspicious, since none of us look. Do we look like the sort who would hang out together?
I don't know, maybe. Even like makeup up and dressed up for the occasion.
Yeah. I think we would look like people that would walk together if we've all been disguised up and stealthed up and anything like that.
Alright, cool. Yeah, we can walk up the long street.
I suppose the first question I ask would be, is there any house that, or any place that looks more obvious that would be like a drop-off point than anything else?
Well, to me that sounds like an investigation check.
Not a perception?
I suppose a perception also works. It'll give you more broad strokes, I suppose, if you want to start with it.
Oh.
Or you can get properly underway. You're down on the street and you're having a little walkabout, and you notice someone in the road. They are wearing quite a long coat, considering the fact that it is scorchingly, well, not scorching yet, but it's getting warmer. Definitely getting warmer. And they've got a cap on, some sunshades, and they're looking in your direction, and they're starting to walk towards you.
Hmm. Are they walking towards particularly one of us or just us as a group?
Towards your group.
Can I use perception to try and look him over, see if he's packing heat or if he's.
Sure. Be with
Have an
disadvantage. He's
inspiration
far away
die.
at the moment, and he's got a long coat on to hide all of his shit.
What, 16?
Okay.
What's that?
He's not wielding any kind of obvious weaponry. It's definitely a male. They're approaching like 6 foot tall. Nothing massively unusual about them. Maybe a bit twitchy.
Does he look aggressive?
No, not aggressive.
Hmm. Well. Hmm.
Okay. Well, if no one stops him, he will walk up to you and be like, "Hello there, my friends, please. You look like the kind of people who are interested in what I've got."
And what do you have?
He will open his trench coat.
Oh no.
Watches.
And on the inside, you can see that there is it looks like a thick brown envelope, and some small plastic baggies. At which point he then shuts his coat again. I know what I'm looking at. Couple of people. Different folk, maybe a little bit rich. Where you get your deal on? Well, I got gear.
So, what would you like as a check to make sense of like those white bags? Like any idea of like what those might have been?
Sure, give me an int check.
Intelligence?
Yep.
Okay. 17.
This guy sees a bunch of attractive, semi-rich looking people walking down the middle of the street, and like they're approaching noontime. He's trying to sell you coke. He thinks you're here to buy coke.
It was a guess I had, but wanted to make sure of it.
Could I ask him something?
Of course.
Cool.
How about you? You look interested.
Wait, I had a quick question to ask before that character. You
Okay.
know the data I pulled. What? It didn't say a date for the pickup point, but when was that logged on the computer?
You don't know. You know the age of the file itself when it was made.
How old was the file?
Month and a half.
Okay.
You feeling?
Chillask. I have actually been looking for some stuff. I missed a delivery a couple weeks ago. Do you know anything about where that would have been out on the street? I was told I can remiss with whoever it got delivered to about that.
Suddenly looks a little bit uncomfortable. Are you a cop? Because if you're a cop, you gotta tell me.
She spreads her arms wide and makes the tattoos very visible and sort of points at her face where
And
there's
looks
the
nervous.
at the piercings, and she's like, "Do I look like a cop?"
I don't know. I mean, fuck, this looks like some kind of sting bullshit. I don't know, man. Would anyone like to give an insight check?
I'll give an
Yeah,
insight check.
Rock and roll.
sure would.
Throw it in there.
Do I have insight?
I do. I got the wisdoms.
I don't have insight.
I mean, you don't need to be trained in insight to throw an insight out, though. So, if there's no penalty for all of us throwing an insight, then might as well, right?
Yeah.
There's
I
no
mean,
penalty for
please
trying
do.
it.
Please do, because I'm just rolling like garbage apparently.
It's fine. I got a 13.
Edge, you think this guy's the cop? Ariel, this guy is scared of Freya. He's looking uncomfortable.
My cop senses are tingling. I want to.
Yeah,
look
no,
at
he's like,
cop.
are you
I
a
know what
cop?
cops
But then
are.
Freya's response is, flashes gang signs. He's now panicking.
Slash gang
My my friend isn't exactly the best at saying no, but no, we're not cops or involved with the law enforcement at all.
Flashes gang signs. I like that.
That's literally literally what it is like. Are you a cop? You gotta tell me if you're a cop, and then you raise your sleeves and show off your fucking gang tats. Like, do I look like a cop? He's like, oh fuck.
It's like
But-
fuck the mafia.
Yeah, I tried to calm him down a little bit by telling her, no,
Yeah.
she's not a cop, nor is she part of gang or law enforcement. That she's just eccentric.
Eccentric. Shit. Okay, so are you buying? You're looking for something that's been bought? Are you looking for something lost? I mean, I can help you for a bit of cash, but it depends what it's about.
There's just a delivery that was dropped off on the street a couple of weeks back. I was told I could get some of the same sort of shit if I came around here.
Couple weeks.
I just can't remember.
It's a long street as well. Tell you what, let's walk and talk. You look like the kind of guys who, like to do some walking, like to do some talking.
Yeah. I like doing some talking and walking.
And would
Yeah,
any of you like
let's
to buy some coke?
Yeah, I could buy some coke.
Excellent. You see, people are a lot more amenable when they're moving some product. Very obviously.
I'll also slip him like 2 GP saying, now, this might have been just on the ground, but we didn't see you, you didn't see us, anything like that throughout this, okay?
Talking to a drug dealer. I didn't see shit ever.
Alright, then we're in agreement. Good.
Fuck. Alright, so yeah, walking and talking. He's gonna head down the street. Are you gonna follow in his wake?
Yeah.
We'll walk beside him and everything like that.
As you walk, he's pointing out a couple of houses and just like offhand mentioning like just various celebrities that live in places or are rich people or drug dealers themselves or big drug purchasers. At one point, he'll like pause and just sort of has a scratch and rubs his nose and sniffs. As you do. looking a little bit more animated now that he's got his walk on. He's sweating from the sun now, but it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the sweat. Oh, sun does make him sweat, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's the only thing making him sweat.
Of course, of course. Now, okay, so like, what kind of stuff is it? Is it drugs that you're wanting to see what appears? Is it? 'Cause, I mean, you don't look like. Well, I mean, you don't look like your dealers. You look like purchasers, sure, but I don't know, man.
Nah, some of the special shit. Some more extra.
A little extra. I don't know, man. I feel like if I just start pointing stuff out, then it starts to look like I'm just self-incriminating here. If I know what stuff a little extra is, you understand? You are allowed to say that you don't understand.
She'll give him a blind look and go, "You've been taken?"
Of course I have. You kidding me? Fucking hot as balls out here. I'm walking. I'm burning calories. I gotta breathe them back into me or some shit. Anyway. I need to know what extra means, you see. Because if I just start saying, I've seen such and such dealed, and that's not what you were looking for, then I might put myself in the shit with somebody else, right? And then that gets me in worse shit. It's not like I can go to the cops if I get death threats. I just, lose a hand.
Can I try and roll for persuade? 'Cause I want to say magic, but I want to seem like just a rich junkie, a delinquent that
Sounds like deception
that's
to
heard of
me.
it. All right, collecting deception, cool. I'm rolling.
All
Not
right.
any good. Very bardic inspiration at it.
What if it's not prepared? Luckily, I roll ass.
I did give her some.
Oh, okay. It doesn't last for
Bang.
particularly long when it's put on them, and you're like walking for a
10
while.
minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes is a long
Quite a
time,
while.
but also you definitely want to say it beforehand, like if they have it or not.
All
I mean,
right.
I did in fact say I gave it to her when this guy was walking up and she wanted to perception
Okay.
him.
All right then.
I
You guys
that
didn't
Yeah,
hear
it's
me.
just, I've got it.
then-
Okay.
I've got it on Discord as well. It's 3 minutes
That's
ago.
fine.
She said that.
Okay. He'll frown and look you up and down. Fine, whatever. And then he'll pause and, start rubbing his finger and thumbs together. I know some people who move some stuff a little bit extra, a little bit heavy.
Yeah.
He's waiting for a bribe.
I don't see any money on my sheet, so I can't really give anything. But if
How do you not
do I
have
have?
money?
I
You
don't know
had
if I have
25
nothing.
You had 25 starting. That wasn't unless you spent it.
Did I spend it?
No. He did not.
All right,
There
I'll give him. I'll give him like 3 GP. I don't know what that is in real life money, but I presume it's a decent amount.
Yeah, it's reasonable enough. He'll look it over and then sigh, palm the Dora.
It's more. I gave him 3. It's more than just $1.
I said the as in
Alright,
a
cool.
proper noun. Whatever. Yeah, he pockets the money and looks you up and down. Okay, so sometimes there's people who ain't regulars around here, but they still use the street. They don't really deal with people though. They deal with like a person, like one guy. There's a dude. He lives in a place, and he'll point a building out. In fact, I linked it before on the street. This one. This guy here. That house, and he'll point at the house. Obviously, doesn't look quite as nice in the middle of the day. It still looks pretty fucking nice. That guy there. He moves an awful lot of shit. If he's, someone, a delivery, a little something extra, a little something special, he's your guy, your hookup. He gets all sorts of weird shit, and I don't even know what he gets in, really. And, if he asked you how you knew about him, then you didn't hear about it from me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Sweet. I get to keep my hands today. Now, can I interest any of you fine folks in some coke?
How much?
None today, thanks.
2 GP a baggie.
Oh, fucking. Sure, I'll buy a bag.
So, yep. He'll palm you a pack. You won't be disappointed. It's good shit.
Can I actually roll medicine? See how good
Yeah,
good
go
shit
for it.
is.
Actually, yeah, you can
because
absolutely.
I got the good medicine. So
Of course.
let's see how good is this shit. he's
It's
got
only
then.
like 20% talcum powder. It's not bad.
You get that
You
real
could do
good shit.
you could do worse. It's only like 20%.
Yeah, you could do a
Sure,
lot worse.
Shall I am? Shall I? Shall I have this pack? And she'll be like,
Yeah, he looks confident in his product because it's only like 20%.
talcum powder, really?
Squinty, you're like, you're just imagining things. You have a great day. Yeah, and he's just gonna walk further down the street, but he'll certainly cross it to the other side away from you guys.
Is it illegal to have this product, by the way?
It's
Yes.
coke.
Yeah,
It's
fuck yeah.
highly illegal.
I don't know what it is in the fucking state. Okay, I'm just
It's
making
highly
sure.
Okay,
It's a
cocaine
class A
is
drug.
illegal in the U.S.
Well, I thought that it'd be less suspicious if at least one of us bought something.
Oh no,
Otherwise,
it is
might
a
walk
lot
off
less.
and
It
go,
is way
Yeah.
less suspicious that you have bought coke off this coke dealer now. That it made you
Otherwise-
look really
otherwise
weird.
he-
It made you look really weird that you weren't buying coke off the coke dealer.
Yeah, because otherwise he'd walk away and go like, "Wow, those guys just
Yeah, those guys
Well,
were
give a bunch of
fucking.
information."
Yeah,
What's he gonna do? Call the cops? Hey, they didn't buy my coke.
Like they asked for a bunch
fucking
of
window
information and
shoppers.
then so I like
But also, yes, it's highly illegal to have, but still, good job in buying it.
maybe I can put it in the medicine. I can put it in the medicine kit and sort of break. Like, does coke have any medicinal purposes?
Yeah,
No.
well, I mean, sort of. It's an upper, like one hell of an upper. Fucking rip a fat bump and get in a gunfight. I'll give you advantage on some crazy shit if you're coked up to the nines.
Yeah, sure. I'll use it as a fucking stimulant. Why not?
Do
No,
not
for
use
combat.
that on me.
I'm a barbarian, so maybe I can just use it then go fucking crazy. I'll go, like, fucking
Yeah,
double
okay.
rage.
So what you do is you get the whole pack and then you rip one massive rail of white lightning off your own arm and then go hatchet crazy. I guarantee I will give you advantage on a bunch of shit.
I could go like barbarian Ren. Fucking my words are failing me. I can go into rage with coke.
Yeah, and I mean,
As
also
well, like,
there
I
is
was
some talcum powder in it, so if you have like a bit of a sweaty rash, then you could apply it to there as well. Just, you know, hope it like isn't on the crotch or like over some major veins or something, because it's probably not going to be good for you.
I cool, whatever.
Or you could just go out and buy talcum powder. You know, cooked up version.
Yeah, but why? But
Just-
then why your talcum powder wouldn't have any coke in it? It seems like a waste.
Right. If anyone asks her, gives her a funny look at why she bought it, she'll sort of go, "It's less suspicious," and like turn her hand over.
I don't think any of us are giving you weird looks for buying it.
Cool, just in case.
So now that he's pointed out the house that apparently that extra weird shit's gone, do I get any read off, like any just surrounding read off on that magic detector from that place?
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
What is the coke pure down under? Is it then?
Like, is it a faint reading, like just like background kind of noise, or
I mean, the background noise around that house is definitely a lot higher, but you know, it's a wand that you would directly aim at stuff looking for magic, like.
right?
But the ambient amount that this thing is picking up is definitely higher than when it was like, you know, moving around some city buildings and blocks.
Okay then. That's interesting results. Nothing conclusive. It could just be from Shadowkind living there, but is is it high enough to like say like there's been way crazier stuff than Shadowkind just living here, or is it just like it's possible that's just Shadowkind being there?
Definitely very hard to say. It could be that there is sources of magic like at that building as well is another possibility.
Right.
Or it could be that there has just been heightened magical activity in this area, like, semi-recently, and it's still left a half-life.
Okay. That's good to know, I think. if we can link the Delfinos to this, then we'll definitely have proof that they're dealing in it. But as it is, we don't know if they're the actual ones dealing with it.
Okay, so you've found a potential place that apparently weird deals go down at. Are you going to continue searching the street? There's an awful lot of street left to look at, and they're all very large, pretty houses.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to at least go through the rest of the street along with the detector, see if we get anything else.
I think we should keep walking along it as well, anyway, because if anyone was, for example, just glancing out of the windows curiously, we met with a black person, a black coated man, then immediately walked off afterwards after something exchanged hands. It might look a bit funky. So I think it's better we finish the walk down the street.
Okay, you can give me perception tests if anyone would like to.
Yeah, sure. I've got
Sure.
the good
Yeah.
perception.
Now, before you do it, who has higher perception so that we can get them advantage?
Three.
I have 4.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll give you advantage. Anyone else want to help Winner with his so that way he has advantage?
Bob.
The perception.
I got
Yeah.
19.
Yeah, I can try. Yeah.
Giving
Alright.
me advantage.
Yeah, because yours is higher, way higher than mine.
What's
Yeah.
yours?
As the odd number out,
-1.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
as the odd number out, Finn, you can make your own perception if you'd like to.
I'm at disadvantage for
It's
little.
Sunny AF, right?
Yeah. Good point.
Well, I got a 19.
No, 19. Okay. We're a 19. You notice that, like, at one point, there was definitely a curtain over at that house. Thank you, Papa. There was a curtain over at that house that got pointed out that, like, flutters, and you swear you catch it for a moment. But then, you're walking west away down the street. It looks very much just like a rich person fiesta. Like, there's pools at the back of some places. It looks like those kinds of houses that they get for, like, porn shoots that, like, you go, like, there's no way this person lives in this house. Fuck off. Like, a lot of those buildings seem to be the norm around here. There are 2 other locations that stand out to you as the kind of place someone could make a deal, though. There's one where there is a particularly fenced off, it looks like a set of garages that aren't attached to any houses. And they're large garages. They could, contain a fleet of cars quite easily, and considering the kind of street you're on, might very well contain a fleet of cars. Or, like weird fields and druggies and all of that kind of shit. And there is another place that by sight doesn't stand out especially, but for some reason, like, even as you're walking down the street, you can practically feel the vibrations, just like loud fucking pounding music, and it's still quite early in the day for that kind of shit. And naturally active house.
Do either of those ping off the magic detector?
Roll me 2d20.
Okay.
Yeah, the building that looks like a lot of garages does. The other one does not.
Okay. So we have 2 possibly magic drop-off points on this street then.
Uh-huh.
Is that including the party house, or just the
Yes, we're including the party house. Party house doesn't have any magic going on, so we don't really need to investigate with it. At least that's my thoughts on it.
Alright, cool.
Do the Delfinos have like any sort of symbology with them or symbols or something like that, or obvious, or not exactly obvious, but like tells about them being in a place or something like that?
What you mean is, do they have a gang sign?
Give me a survival check. Do it in place of a little bit of streetwising, or what would be streetwising.
Could I use a check as well? That's okay.
One of you can give advantage to the other if you lock heads together. Okay.
I've got 2 because I've got
Yeah, you're
Wisdom,
getting
obviously.
the advantage because I have a -1. But before you roll, does anybody want to put Bardic onto it?
I've got Bardic still from thingy, don't I?
No, it has
Or not?
definitely been like an hour of walking down the street by this point.
This is why I try to say stuff beforehand before you roll, so we can get modifiers.
Sorry.
So, it happens. You don't recall seeing any like obvious gang signs on anyone. Like none ring a bell that you might have seen when you were in that when you were at the hotel bar. Similarly, like Blacker, you don't remember any kind of like symbology down to that office, and that's generally been your exposure. There are photos of the Delfino family, and sure, they've got various tattoos on their person, but they don't appear to have any matching styles that you can recall. Apart from like perhaps they've all come from the same tattooist, so there's that commonality of style, but like what I mean. No similar symbols you can think of.
Hmm. How big are the Delfinos?
How big are
As an
they?
actual family? Yeah, in the city.
They're up there in crime. Like, if you were to imagine like some kind of like who's who of gangsters, they're probably like top 3.
Okay.
So they're not a small deal by any stretch of the imagination.
Say, Blackcut, how well are you at, let's say, getting information about who bought the house?
Sorry, could you repeat that? Who bought a house? Is that what you said?
How good are you at getting information on like who bought a house?
It would depend how it was bought. If it was bought on the...
I mean,
It
surely
depends what
each
avenues. It shouldn't be
sure,
that hard.
yeah,
But if it was exchanged hands...
surely each house has at least records on who bought it digitally. I imagine
Yeah,
most places would keep that.
you do get that a lot. It's just with some richer houses, it's a lot rarer, but because they're in older neighborhoods, they can just end up exchanging things themselves off by hand and getting it written up with a lot less digital paper trail, but it is possible. It's quite a lot easier to track. Why do you ask?
Well, perhaps that one house that was pointed out to us might have an owner that we recognize. You see where I'm going with this, yes?
You want to know who's the owner of the house? You want to see if it's been sold recently?
I want to see if it's connected to the Delphinos directly or not.
Yeah, we can look into that. It's not an issue. She'll go on her smartphone. She can just start looking up the property and information about it, if that's possible at all. While they're walking still, is that okay, Scout?
Sure, it's something you could look into with computers, or like trying to find some kind of estate agency and getting information from them by word. What's your plan?
First, you just want to look up about the house, whether it's being recently on the market or just online, or when it was potentially last sold, or if any information about it online. And if you can't find anything particular around there, then she'll ask estate agents.
Okay. Are you heading home to do this looking around then?
Did you ask me how, or did you tell me to?
It was more of a how. Like, are you leaving the street then and going back to the safe house and checking on the internet, or what?
Well, while I'm walking with the group, I'll use my smartphone for now.
Sure. Give me a computer's roll.
88.
Have a bardic die. Have a bardic die.
I was gonna say, yeah. I don't know how that. Did I just roll this and did I roll a d6 on top? How does that work?
You roll a d6 to add to it.
Alright,
If
cool.
the bardic die is d6, which I believe at first level it is.
Alright, so let me just roll 1d6 on top. So I got a 6 onto a... I didn't think I was getting the
17.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty decent.
It hasn't changed hands in a long time. It's been owned by one person for the last 15 years. It appears to belong to a Mr. Jones. It'll probably take a lot more time to look up real information on him, but you've got like a name to go with his address.
Yeah, so she'll relay that back to you, and then you can relate to the group that it's owned by Mr. Jones. I'll have to look into it more at the house to see if I can find some more in-depth details on it, but it's been in his possession for at least 15 years now.
Well then, that's our next step then. We can't go into anything half-assed.
You got a whole asset. Okay. You guys back. There's another opportunity to buy cocaine if any of you would like to take it, but otherwise, if not, then it'll be off to the safe house.
No, I'm quite good. I don't need any enhancers.
Wait. Is he offering it to buy one get one free?
No, it's not a
I could-
BOGO.
I could
It's
still-
not. It's not a BOGO deal.
You should have offered tasters. Black will grab a beer and head into the computer room again.
Oh, Vlaco, while you're at it, look up anything you can on the 3 Delfino heads, see if we can get any records on them.
On the heads of the Delfino family, you're not going to find a lot about their criminal activity online. Not as
I
difficult.
wasn't asking for
More
just
than-
criminal activity. I'm asking for anything you can get on them. The more we
Yeah.
know, the better.
I'll give it a look.
So
Can't promise a whole lot though.
while you're retreating to the nerd cave, you guys no longer under forced convalescence. You're able to like leave the safe house again. There's been some stuff that's turned up in the news over these past few days, including records of an innocent security guard getting stabbed in an altercation. There's no mention of like a gun belonging to her or anything. Like cursory checks around afterwards shows now that the company Delfino Acquisitions has moved the fuck out of that office block.
So it's an empty office block for now then?
Yep, by the looks of it, need to do some well, cleaning, especially because of all the murder blood. And smashed window.
I imagine it's also a police investigation kind of thing right now as well.
Yeah, they couldn't turn up any leads. From the looks of it, a rather small man must have, dropped from quite a height. They cast off their clothing, which, had evidence of like shots fired at it, but there was no like material on the clothing, so it must have been shot sometime previously. So now they're looking for a repeat felon. Small repeat felon who like stripped naked and ran away after stabbing someone to death in an altercation. Left behind at the scene of the crime a gun and some clean knives. Sorry, no, not clean knives. A gun and the knives that were used for the stab ends.
Yeah, the very dirty, bloody knives.
They have some fingerprints on file, but they don't record with anything.
They should have fingerprints on the gun from the woman, shouldn't they?
That is not mentioned in the news.
Wonder how much they paid for that.
If at all.
That's true. Could be dirty cops.
Have found the right gun. There are a whole lot of reasons, but yeah, no, they don't mention fingerprints on the gun. In fact, the gun gets swept under the rug, and in fact, it sounds almost like the news assumed that that gun also belonged to this mystery individual. Because it was just an innocent security person,
Yeah.
Yes.
There was no whoever, did this stabbing hasn't left any blood at the scene of the crime themselves. If the shots fired had been at them, then surely there'd be some evidence, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Must have been his gun.
Yeah. And that's why there's no bullet holes in the woman or the floor.
I mean, there's probably some bullet holes passed through a small goblin.
And shouldn't they have blood on them?
No,
Shadowkind gets
the shadow kind that you ate.
disappears.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the blood doesn't even last on like
No.
walls or anything.
Gone. If he was still alive, the blood would have been there, but no, he dead, so there's no evidence anymore.
Alright, cool.
Empty, like, bloodless clothes and empty bullet holes and all that kind of shit.
Bob's dogs have turned his computer off.
Okay, cool.
That's a it's interesting.
Yeah. So you guys
Oh.
have...
Outplayed by the pups, I guess.
You guys have some freedom. What day?
Well, I need to do my research,
Let it out.
unfortunately.
Yeah, your nerd shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you?
I'm gonna text the bartender.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm not sure about what we should do next, at least until we get some information from Vodka. I don't think it'd be wise to go back to that one bar.
Adam's gonna go watch another Western.
One of you lazy apes should learn how to use a fucking computer. I don't use intelligence, this is terrible for me.
Oh,
Yes, well, I know how to use a computer normally. I just don't know how to do like the stuff you're doing. There's a
Gotcha.
different level of there's a different level of competence, you know?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Like the computer for Ariel, it's to play games on and do other stuff with.
Other stuff.
you could always ask around and see if there are other people who know about it.
True. Yeah, I can headbutt the keyboard for a while.
I mean, I could head to that one independent bar and
Yeah.
see if there's anything about the Delfinos there.
Cool.
I mean,
Could
that
certainly
seems
do
like
that.
that could be useful information, and the independent bars are usually a neutral ground, aren't they?
Yeah, they're always neutral ground. No one's allowed to throw down. No one's allowed to throw their weight around. Some information is for sale, and plenty of information isn't.
All right then.
Let's see.
Well then, Finn, would you like to accompany me to a rather independent bar place?
Bless you.
Thanks.
Black will probably go out later on, but she needs to do her garbage first and probably go
Bless you.
shower.
Yes. Well, in that case, better we all go then. Strength in numbers and safety in numbers and all that.
You sure? If it's the exact same. Yes. Just... You could all go while she's doing her thing and she could turn up later on.
Yes, I suppose we could do that. That works too.
Are we not waiting around for her to finish doing? Because this could be like a couple of hours.
Yes. Very well then. No risk though. Understand that? No going off on your own. Once you're done with this, come
yeah,
straight over to
totally.
us.
I'm not gonna run away with my computer.
I'm serious, Vlaka. We're on thin ice. Very thin ice. As soon as you're done with it, come to us at the independent bar and I'll hand over like a location or anything like that. We can't afford any mess ups.
Yeah.
I'm very serious. We're on super thin ice.
Yeah, that code will just give you a blank stare.
Okay then, the independent bar is called the Friendly Coyote. It is run by a couple of... dark-skinned elves and caters to a pretty wide number of people. It's the daytime though, so it's mostly quiet when you enter. Let's see.
Do you need a picture or do you have one?
I've got one. I'm populating the place a bit.
88.
Oh, I'm almost nearly now. Oh, yeah.
I wish the school wasn't so loud when people joined.
I don't know. Ain't about that life.
What?
But you lucky individual.
Just turn those alerts off. Doop.
Ooh, I like that dark skin one there.
Which
Nice. Yeah, that
that's
one
great.
looks nice.
Both are cute.
Yes.
Yeah, you are in a new shiny place.
I guess step on up, I suppose.
Sure.
Hi there.
Give me a moment while I'm gross and blow my nose.
Call your boss and do some coke. I feel that's a good idea, chat. I'm sure if Air would appreciate coked up vodka.
What do
I
you mean, what did
imagine
I do
she
with that?
wouldn't.
I don't think vodka would appreciate cooked up vodka.
I didn't do anything with it.
Is
Okay,
that Mark
Puppy.
or just the puppies?
That's the puppies.
That's
I
the
had to put
pups.
them in their room.
fair enough.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, as you approach, there are two individuals sat at the bar. One appears to be quite a short man. He's still got like 5 o'clock shadow that seems kind of at odds with his slighter stature. And he is sipping coffee and like pissing around on an iPad. And then there is another person sat at the bar. He appears to have like floppy dog ears, and next to him is an ice cream sundae that's been about half consumed by this point, and he's writing in a book. The two at the bar will look at you guys as you approach, before one of them will step closer and smile. Hey there, welcome to Friend Coyote. A couple of new faces.
Yes, we're relatively new in town. Just getting started, you know?
Ah, alright, okay, sure. You guys looking for work? Independent?
No, 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 we're not independents. At least, not yet, we're not independents.
Huh, okay, that's totally not cryptic at all. The
I
name's
mean-
Aressa, and this is Tanya.
That might have been too much information there.
Not sure how much of that is getting through. They are very upset.
Just a little bit is getting through.
Okay.
I'm missing out.
Oh yeah.
I'll be right back. I need to quickly dip out for something, okay?
Sure. Okay. Alright then. Is there anything we could do to help you then?
Yes,
Going for a
well,
drink?
yeah, let's have a. Let's see, it's midday, so let's just get like a Coke or something like that to start with, since it's only midday.
Sure thing. And the rest of you? She's asking. Tanya's already fetching a drink.
Huh.
I'll just have water.
Some kind of beer.
Sure thing. No, swing out some drinks. Yeah. Well, what brings you to Phoenix?
work of this kind and that.
Alright, fair enough. And she will grin faintly.
Now, as much as I'd love talking to both of you beautiful women any time and any day, we're more here for information on the.
Alright.
At least, I assume you two work in information at least in somewhat, correct?
We're known to make a little bit of side cash, sure. Depends what you're into.
I'm looking for information on the Delfinos.
Okay. I can tell you some stuff about them, but I don't know if there's anything useful. Ask away.
Okay. Alright, out of character, what should I ask, guys?
Um,
Uh,
maybe if you could pretend to be a little bit smitten on their what are they called? Their three bosses and ask where they normally frequent after work. Don't be specific about names, or be specific about the two that you haven't already met, because your cover won't have been as glowing with them. And maybe then you could try and chat one of them up to see if anything's going on with them, or if they.
I mean, this is straight up information brokering. I just need to ask, I don't know, like, if they,
Oh.
what, yeah. This isn't like I need to hide anything or something like that. This is I need to figure out what they've been up to, if they have anything on that, and how much I need to pay to get that information.
Yeah, you just straight up ask them, then have they been selling magical goods, then I guess. Yeah.
And like ask them, like what was the name of the guy in the house? Mr. Jones, was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can ask them about Mr. Jones, I suppose.
Okay. Really, it's just two bits of information. The first is on Mr. Jones. He lives in one of the more ritzier places. You know the kind, the rich neighborhoods here in Phoenix.
Yeah, no, I know, yeah, I know Mr. Jones. His name is Jacoby Jones, and heck, I'm happy to tell you this bit for free because we get a commission occasionally. He's an enchanter.
An enchanter?
Yeah.
That's...
You know, you give him some reagents and stuff that you want made in a magical shit, and he makes it. In fact, he made this, and she will turn around and grab like what looks like an old battered coffee pot, but it looks empty. She pours in water and then pours back out what appears to be coffee.
Ah.
Quite useful.
I knew Enchanter had to be one of two things.
She will smoke faintly. So I mean, if you're looking for anything off of him, then yeah, go for it. Jacoby's a lovely guy.
That alleviates something, I suppose.
You could ask him if he buys magical goods.
I
As
mean,
an enchanter.
I mean, he's an enchanter. He does buy magical goods to make magical goods. That's
Okay, ask him if he. I mean, you could ask if he's made any recent purchases.
He's
or
an
who his
enchanter.
suppliers
He
are.
probably makes buys stuff on the often.
You could ask him who his recent ones are. Or if there are any that stand out from unusual sources.
I don't think that's going to get us anywhere.
Up to you.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. The second bit, I suppose. I've heard rumors of the Delphina starting to work into shadow and magic. Is there any truth or information you can give me in regards to that?
Aressa will ponder for a bit. At this time, Tanya brings over your drinks and places them down. Huh. I'm pretty sure they're meant to be doing like legit work. You know, well, legit. They're definitely doing criminal shit, but nothing can get them in trouble with us. Like there are some pretty big players here in Arizona that would be pretty pissed off otherwise.
Hmm. I see. Hmm. Anybody got any ideas?
I'm not there.
Because I'm not the only one
How
that can talk, guys. Anyone
how
else can ask questions.
Um,
how long have you guys been there? How long has it been since you have guys left?
Not long. We just got
They've
drinks,
they've
so
been gone like 30 minutes from the house.
No, like maybe if it's been an hour or so, you could have texted Black to see if she's dug anything up yet.
let me see. Uh, does does the enchanter have any family?
I don't think he does.
Hmm.
Weirdly specific question. Why do you want to know?
Well, it goes back to the magical equipment for the Delfinos. Uh, perhaps they have, I don't know, one of his, a family member or something has gotten in with them, or have
Uh,
gotten money problems, and he has to go, and he needs the extra money from commissions from them.
hmm. You really think the Delfinos are working in magical gear? That's a pretty serious accusation. I don't know why they do it. They're lucrative as hell.
Might want to be careful about what information you give to the information broker.
Yeah, good point.
As for other family, I don't know that Kirby has anyone else. I'm sure he's like dated or whatever, but nothing rings a bell. He came through the veil. He didn't develop a family here.
Well, what does he do for fun?
I have no idea. Enchants shit, I guess.
could I get a number to contact him sometime? He sounds very useful to meet and eventually get something made with.
Sure, you aren't gonna hassle any of our clients though, are you?
Oh, absolutely not.
Alright. And yeah, she'll just like scribble on the back of an empty receipt. Slide that over to you.
Just slide it in between the breasts. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, you're welcome. As time passes, the odd person will come and go. You can see that there's a job board at the back of this place that's being, it's got a couple of postings on it. There's a group of 3 that walk in at one point and will have a chat with Aressa and Tanya before handing over what appears to be an old leather-bound tome. It's braced in gilt and gold. They, in response, have a rummage around and place in front of them like golden sovereigns, like golden coins that have been stamped and printed. They'll like look over the coins a few times, count them out. There's a quick talk. You can see someone's trying to push their luck. There's an eye roll and an extra coin is slid over before the group leaves. Otherwise, it looks to be like business as usual for these people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same without Ganjalf.
It's just not the same.
Oh,
Everyone loved Ganjalf. He was a good dude.
Yeah. So what would you like for that, Scout? Persuasion?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. 20.
Nice. Let's see here. Sure. Tanya is amenable enough for some. She's receiving the flirting well, but at the same time, like, she doesn't seem to be going for any kind of hookup.
Hmm. Dang.
It's not falling
Oh,
on
well.
deaf ears, but whether she's taken or not, she doesn't confirm. There's probably a lot of adventurers that come in here and flirt with the elves.
Ah. Well. Dang. Oh well.
But it's pleasant conversation enough, at least. She's charismatic and charming and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe,
If
maybe
anything, it
she's
puts me a little bit into good graces and it's a better relationship for this place to get started with.
Yep, goodness knows you guys need it.
she could just be really straight.
Could be.
She could be, yeah. But it's also an elf, so you know.
And a scale game.
It's
That
true.
too.
Loves a good sword
Please.
fight.
Please tell me that your elves are not all a description of elves.
They're just
Look, I will
elves with the
say
elves around.
I have not met an elf who is not like that yet.
Haven't you actually already struck out with an elf in this campaign? Who was to climb a big dumb Edrison instead of you?
That's true. But I mean, he's a prime specimen of like the rare
It's
unicorn
true.
male elf.
You're right. Yeah, no, he is an actually manly man elf. Rare indeed. For all you know, a restaurant are actually women. They've got cute small penises instead.
That's fine too.
I'm sorry. I'm falling asleep a bit in my chair at the moment.
Have you tried coffee?
I'm caffeinated. It's not. It doesn't do shit for me. Doesn't for years. Let's see here. So yeah, a couple more people are going to come in and out as time passes. Vlatka, you are looking into information. You were looking into the Delfinos and Jacobi, yes?
Yeah.
Which do you want to start with?
Probably Jacob. I mean, I can do the Delfinos because I don't think I'm going to get a lot of information, so I think that will be quicker to go through.
Okay, sure. Let's see here. Computer or investigation?
My investigation is worse, so let's go computer. Oof.
Okay. It takes you like probably a few hours to like scroll back through all of this information and look around. And they do appear in it. Of course, it's, you know, like their humanoid personas. They appear in a couple of bits and places, like suspicions that are made, things that turn up in newspaper and police reports, and like, you know, they're famous in the same way that other like a big gang people would be famous. Like they turn up at court occasionally, and you know, like some crimes are accused, but nothing major really sticks. Like there's the rare case where a mid-level like gangy type person has been caught out, and you know they'll have to have their bail paid off. But
Sorry, to interrupt you. I've got the hard drive of that individual called Alex. Does his second name show up on there as an employee?
No.
Really?
As in, like, you're trying to look for employees at their front company that share names. Like, you
No,
got...
just Alex.
Oh,
His surname. Surely that should be visible somewhere on his entire hard drive.
Yep. Let's see here.
Sorry to interrupt you, it just occurred to me that I'd be better off. I think halfway through looking for the Delfinos, she might just occur to her, why not just look into that individual?
Sure. I feel like I've said his name before, but I can't find it. Alright then, let's just make one up. His name is Alex Dow. Daou.
Oh, good. I thought you said dough for a minute, like
Sounds
John
Eastern.
Doe.
It is Arabic.
Okay. But yeah, she'll try and look him up.
Sure thing. Looking up Alex Dow. Let's have another roll then.
Please, something good. Oh, thank God, 18.
That's a pretty good one. Okay. When you are looking up Alex Dow, you can find no record of him anywhere at all. Which leads you to believe that he's a Shadowkind as well.
Okay.
Like, he's conspicuously not present. Like, the rest of the Delfino family, when you look them up, they turn up. Like, they exist in articles, in registries, like, they've signed documents in places, but you can find no evidence of Alex Dow anywhere.
So just to clarify, maybe a bit of a dumb question. Do the Shadow Kind have like? Is there an internet for the magical people?
No, there is not.
Okay, cool. Good to know. And then I'll move on to the magical person, Mr. Jones.
Yep, Jacoby Jones, the gnome.
And I guess I'll roll again.
Sure thing.
I don't play jack fucking shit, do I?
No, it looks like enchanters don't post in the yellow pages. Actually, that's
Oh.
wrong. He does have a yellow pages, but it's like Jacoby Jones's like surveillances. You know, like travels a lot, looks at land, that kind of shit. I'm trying to think of prospector. That was it. Looks like he's on there as a fucking prospector when you look him up in the yellow pages.
I guess he's got a phone number and stuff, or not.
He's got a business number, yeah.
I'll add it into my phone.
I think.
I'll text the guys at the bar because she's gonna just like have a shower before she gets changed, and she'll make them aware that obviously there wasn't a lot that she put more in detail to Ariel because Ariel asked. Obviously, as she thought, there wasn't anything really interesting on the family. However, nothing turns up whatsoever for Alex. And I'm pretty sure she'll say that Alex is a shadow kind. That or he's just removed any trace of himself on the internet, which is just extremely suspicious. So maybe you should ask after an Alex Dow if you're still at the bar.
Alright then. Phone pings. She'll read it off. Think on it for a minute. And say, Tanya,
Yeah, what's up?
do you know an Alex Dow?
I've met an Alex Dow before, yeah.
Maybe mention it's a shadow kind human.
Anything interesting about them?
He doesn't show up much, and he's usually got a glamour on. I mean, we've seen through it, but that's what he is. That is the kind of information we do charge for, because it's quite personal stuff. Don't have anything super useful about him, though. That at least nothing that would put him in danger. Sorry, at least nothing that wouldn't put him in danger, as in, like, telling you anything they might know would breach their neutrality.
Right. I figured it'd be something like that.
Yeah. 5 gold and we'll tell you what he is, I suppose, but otherwise I'm afraid there isn't much else we can do for you in this case. Hands are a little bit tight on stuff that can put people at risk.
I understand. Comes with your job and all that.
Yep.
I'm afraid I don't think I'll be needing that, of what he is, at least.
Are
So-
you paying to go?
No, I just said I don't think I'd be needing that.
Okay.
So, when you said that chat there, who's it giving that to?
There's a puppy boy who ordered 3 milkshakes and gave one to Adam.
Ah, okay.
What?
Yeah, there's a dog boy next to you. He ordered 3 milkshakes and then gave you one of the milkshakes 'cause he didn't mean to order 3. He meant to order 2.
Oh. Okay.
You look like a cowboy.
I am.
Oh, awesome. Fellow wag.
Mm-hmm. From Montana.
Huh. I
Mm-hmm.
grew up in San Fran myself.
Oh.
Steal you into conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. Blah, blah. Vlatka, you want to give Ira a call? Sure. It rings twice.
Yeah.
She picks up.
Well, does Kara say anything? Or just she's the sort of person just picks up the phone and doesn't say anything to
she
other
is.
matters?
You probably get an mm-hmm.
And she'll go, it's like I've looked into some more and we've investigated the area, and I think that the Delphinos as a family, this might be a bit of a jump, but I'm pretty certain that they're clean as a family. I think it's more of an independent action on an individual's behalf who that Alex had mentioned before. He doesn't show up anywhere on the internet at all. It's likely that he might be a shadow kind, or he's naive to think that removing all trace from the internet makes him less suspicious, because it makes him more suspicious. And there was a trade done, I believe, to a Mr. Jones in that area. Don't know if Castle has anything on him. Apparently, it's an enchanter. Which I wouldn't know he's enchanter. Would I? Would I know that? Yellow Pages?
No, that
Or
wouldn't
would
have been
it
in the
go
Shiller.
ahead?
You knew he was a prospector in the other pages, but like if Ariel sent anything back, then you would know.
Sorry, did Ariel send anything
Yeah.
back on that?
I was
Alright.
just doing stuff with that, so yeah.
Yes, it should say he's an enchanter.
Yes. We have a Mr. Jacoby in our like little record of contact, sure. Never anyone we've made a deal with in the past though. You think that he's involved?
I think it's likely that either he knows of or was the individual who might have bought something from the Shadow Kind. I mean, if he's a Shadow Kind, then Mr. Jones might have nothing to suspect is going wrong. In fact, even if the Independent was to have done, is that technically breaking any rules if the Independent itself is a Shadow Kind? Sorry, I'm not entirely certain. Are Shadow Kind allowed to trade magical goods
Yes.
to other magical people?
Yeah, they are.
But he is using it as a way to cover up his losses for what is owned in a human crime organization. Which
That sounds like a possibility. I will not confirm a yes or no on that since it's conjecture, but if indeed he was trying to trade off magical shit to make money off of normies, that's bad.
This is what Black is saying. And she's saying, so I think that's more likely what's the situation. I don't know whether that breaches conduct, but I believe that would be the case. I don't know how much further we can really go into this without either paying out our pockets or getting more involved.
Okay, I think I can do something to help you guys out. How'd you like to commission something off this Mr. Jones for me? And get a chance to have a look around his place?
Yeah, no problem. I can do that for you.
Alright, I'll think up some magic shit I want and see if I can't have him make it.
Cool. I just didn't want to go there and end up trying to intimidate a well-known enchanter.
Yeah, no,
for information.
I don't want him to fireball you and get us in trouble.
Yeah, I want to avoid that myself.
Okay. Yeah, she'll hang up on you for now and we'll get back to you if she can arrange some kind of meeting with Jacoby.
Cool. she'll text Ariel back a brief review of Ira looking to see if you can get a reason for us to see Jacoby, and otherwise that she's going to skip on going out, and that she'll stay at the house and do her own menial rubbish.
All right then. Well, it's been a lovely time, both of you, Tanya, Ressa, and a pleasure meeting both of you. But I think it's time for me and my compatriots to be off. Things to do, people to see, all that jazz.
So soon? You should come back when the nightlife is kicking. It's a lot busier in here.
Maybe, hopefully,
Another
I can
day.
come back when it's much more fun then.
Excellent. Okay. Over here. It's maybe like an hour or so later. There is a text that Ira will send to you, Vlatka.
Yeah.
She has arranged an opportunity to visit Jacoby tomorrow night. She would like to purchase. Let's see here. Someone roll me 1d20, please.
I'll do it.
Okay.
1d6. She would like a set of drinking glasses that always stay cold.
Pretty good.
It's a hot place in Arizona, and it strikes her as one of the more average and normal things that she could ask for, that she'd still send someone in to, like, go make that purchase on.
Just to clarify, she's getting us a reason to go to then ask him.
She's right at this point said, like, in fact, she's literally buying these things. She wants to buy off of this gnome a bunch of glasses, and would like you guys to go and make that purchase for her. And it gives you an opportunity to go into Jacoby's house and have a look around.
Okay, cool.
So then she's already set up like the kind of deal we just need to go there, pick it up, and pay for it, that kind of thing, or
Yep, and
Or
if
do we
any
have to-
other organization stuff needs to happen. Basically, she's getting you an in for, like, just getting into this guy's house, like, legitimately.
right? Okay then.
He's like, no, it's small.
Yeah, small gnome house. Well, he's a small gnome in a giant fucking rich man house.
I imagine so. He's an enchanter. That stuff is lucrative as fuck.
I have to do my gnome voice next session. Oh my goodness. Fond memory is there. Okay.
Oh yes.
I am falling asleep in my chair. I apologize, guys.
It's fine.
That's
I
fine.
think we've, unless you've got some sort of surprising mad twist, I think we've cut down a lot on what the suspect is in the situation of investigation.
Yes. Sorry, I was like a fucking 15-second yawn there. You just still can't breathe in for the entire duration.
Oh, I hate that. So when you feel like you're gonna suffocate like that.
Yeah. It's just
Halfway
waiting
through
for a
the yawn.
yawn to actually happen, and then it's super unsatisfying.
Yeah.
Anyway. No, but it should be quite complicated for you next session. But you have managed to cut away some chaff and actually get an in to continuing this mission and finding some kind of logical conclusion here. So, well recovered, guys. But for now, I am just too fucking knackered to do more. I'm gonna go to bed.
It's fine.
Okay.
So the important question I suppose we should ask: do we level up?
You know what? The likelihood of getting into an altercation is starting to increase. I'm gonna say yeah. You know what? You guys can be level 2.
What's that?
Cool. So, do you want me to wait on Warlock level before like I have an actual chance to meet a bond like that, or can I just say I've met them and
We
I
can
can start doing that?
figure that out later. By which I mean, fucking put in your warlock shit now, and we'll talk about how your pact manifests itself.
All right then.
Do you need to know what I'm leveling up into? Or,
What is it that you want to level up into?
Ranger.
If it's just more
Perf-
barbarian stuff, go for it. The only reason the warlock was
No,
a
no.
question.
Ranger.
Ranger. Yeah, go for it. That's fine.
Preferably revised if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
Yeah, warlock was just a case because you have to make a pact with someone or something in order to get your weird magic powers.
Yep.
Rangers are just durity and stuff. But
And
okay.
that makes me the second person to take Warlock in the middle of the campaign.
Wait. What? Do I have to roll for my HP, or do I just get?
Oh, no, you can take average.
I recommend taking average.
What is?
Absolutely take average.
What would I be rolling?
Pardon?
Ranger, I think that's a D10.
No, it's a D8. Rangers are not that good.
Are you sure? I thought it was a D10 on revised Ranger.
Fuck it.
That's a lot.
Whatever. If it is a D10, their average is 6 plus con. If it's a D8, their average is 5 plus con.
I need to find what it is.
Isn't it 6 for a D10?
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
there is no,
revised
you
Ranger
can't
is
get.
D10.
It is a D10, okay. Yeah. And yeah, the average is 6 because you can't get a 0, which means it is actually 1 is the minimum number, which makes your average 5.5. It rounds up to 6.
There we
Dang.
go, multi-class.
So
So
you
what
got
is
1
our-
lower than average. Good job. If you're watching in the stream or you're watching in the VOD, I hope as usual you'll have yourselves a lovely motherfucking good time. Apologies for the shorter session, but I, hope you enjoyed regardless, and do take care.
Bye stream, bye YouTube.
Bye.
Bye, stream. Bye.